Please. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Chief. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, Kat. And I am pulling the city council card, so I appreciate that. There is an elephant in the room that has not been spoken about, and I have talked to a member from the LGBTQ plus community, and they were not comfortable coming here tonight, and I offered to share some of their concerns. And so what I will tell you is there is not a other demographic in Loveland being attacked and assaulted on a national level besides the LGBTQ plus community. There are 479 anti-trans bills that the ACLU is watching in our nation right now. We have folks from our city putting in the paper that pride celebrations are part of the 7 deadly sins, and that pride has been labeled as the father of all sins. They are on active assault every day from their community members who claim to be Christians. So here's the problem we're having. If you claim that you're from the faith community, they don't trust you. If you claim that you're going to protect them and you align with those others, Republicans, most of those bills have an R behind the name. So my point is that this is part of the conversation that's not being brought up. The reason that there's a trust problem is because there are people that think they have God's will behind them, and they're being attacked on a daily basis. And it's happening in Loveland. They're recruiting people actively, these groups here in Loveland. They're Christian nationalists, and there's an uprising here, Chief. And so for our police department to come out vocally and say, we support our LGBTQ plus, I know you're a man of faith as well, that would go leaps and bounds, I bet, in that community. But that's part of it. We have folks that claim to be Christians and leaders and elected officials that are, having God stand with them, and they are attacking, assaulting these people on a daily basis. So that's the issue. That's the issue of trust.
And I totally understand where that individual's coming from. You shared that with you in many of your observations. I would always want to bring it back to Loveland, because
Sure.
I can't fight the battle of what happens nationally, outside
Absolutely.
the state, outside
Absolutely.
of
It's
even
happening
this
right
community.
here, Chief.
Right, and so I would say that we as the police department violate or investigate violations of law. So if
Sure.
it is in the Colorado CRS, which is, I should bring the book with me because it's a great workout. It's this thick. That's what we investigate. So if someone is, when they violate, they say something vile, or they try to pass a bill in the Colorado
Sure.
legislature.
Name calls.
That is, but
You can't do
we
anything
can
about
only investigate the violations of criminal law, but we can help create safe environments.
And I'm not talking about investigating. I'm not, because.
Well, I mean, I think it's fair. It's like.
But that's bullying every day. They're feeling I'm saying it's perception. That is their reality.
Yes.
That they are being harassed and bullied every single day from members of their own elected officials.
Yeah, and what's interesting though is you're an elected official, so
Yes,
that's
sir.
your world. So you take care of them, right? I'll take care of the criminal. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Sure.
I can't.
But it's gonna take all of us to
Absolutely.
say, we push back on this type of speech.
And if you haven't heard it clearly enough already, or if anyone here, I don't abide by someone who's being bullied. That is one of the primary reasons I became a police officer. So yes, I want to create environments where that is not permitted or allowed, but it's only within the limits of my authority can I be impactful.
Certainly.
So
Your words matter a lot, though. They carry a lot of weight in our city. And to Mr. Coleman's point about clergy, they do not feel safe talking to clergy, sir. And that's just a fact.
yeah,
And it has to be part of the conversation.
I think Bob was referring to some folks
Yeah.
do feel safe, and so
Sure.
we want to connect, because our victim services team, so we have 3 full-time employees who do nothing but connect our victim community, and there are sadly too many, with services, or with the sounding board, or with the psychologist, or with just help. But I would say that will never happen in my department, or they won't be in my department.
And I certainly believe you, because we've gotten to know each other. I absolutely believe in you 100%. What I will say is it's hard for folks in that community to trust anybody because they don't know if they think they're the devil.
Yeah.
And that's a school counselor, that's a clergy member, that's a police officer, that's an elected official, that's a neighbor. They don't know if that's what they're thinking about them.
Sure. And I think to some degree, there may be a particular slice of the community I may never be able to convince
Sure.
that I'm not something evil. And yeah, we're fighting biases, we're fighting a whole bunch of stuff here, but all I can do is do the best I can to lead our department, to be non-biased, to be fair, to be just, to be responsible, you know, and so that was what Assistant Chief Scott was saying, that deliberate push to be there for everyone is paramount.
Thank you, Councilor Black, for your thoughts.
Appreciate it.
I'd like to go back to, and we